Alright, so I have 6 total movements that make up the dynamic warm-up part of the baseball player's warm-up. They all target either the shoulders or the hips, because in baseball those are the two primary joints that are used. The two most common movements are throwing, so shoulder rotation right there, and then swinging, so hip rotation. So the first one is for the shoulders. So for this, just kind of an easy one, pretty common, arm swings. So we're going to do 6 forward, 6 backwards. It's important that the elbows stay fully extended, they stay fully straight, and when you go through them, you don't want to go super fast. You want to keep a nice steady range of motion. You want to reach up toward the sky as high as you can, reach down to the ground as low as you can, reach back as far as you can, and forward. So you want to make as big of circles as you can. Once we do 6, we're going to go 6 backwards. And I won't do them all, but just so that you get the idea. So again, for those, it's important, keep the elbows fully extended, and then you get through a full range of motion, reaching high, really low, and way far back. So just get as big a circle as you can. So that's important because it warms up, gets your shoulder ready for throwing a baseball. Second one is a PVC shoulder dislocation. I have a broomstick for this. You can use kind of anything that's straight there that resembles a PVC pipe. So for this one, you want to grip whatever you have with an overhand grip, and it's important that you grip the broomstick in this case at a point where you can fully complete the range of motion without bending your elbows. So for me, I have pretty immobile shoulders, so I have to grip way out here, but again, I'm gripping at a point that my elbows are staying fully extended. So from here, I'm starting with an overhand grip, starting with the bar in front of my chest, front of my torso, and all I'm doing is keep my elbows straight, bringing the broomstick from the forward front of my body to the back, again keeping my elbows straight. And I come back, again nice slow movement, getting a good stretch and end back here. So again, one more time, overhand grip, straight elbows, reach above the head, back around, keep the elbows straight, coming back forward. Again, we would do 6 reps of that. Next, we would do leg swings. So for that, all you need is a wall. And this is a good one because it helps close and open the hips, gets the hips nice and active. So how you should set up for this is if we're doing right-legged swings, I put my right foot against the wall, put my left toe where my right heel is, and that's my starting point right here. So it's important that you have this left foot just about a foot width away from the wall, because if you don't, it's way back here. Your foot can kind of swing wherever you want it to, but you want it to swing in a straight line parallel with the wall that you have in front of you. Same goes with your shoulders. You want the shoulders squared up to the wall. And this plant foot is important because when I'm swinging my leg to the left, once my right foot crosses that foot, since I'm swinging left, my toe is going to then point left after it crosses that toe. So again, everything, hips, shoulders are square to the wall. I'm bringing my right leg through, and again, once it hits this left foot, I'm turning it to the left. And then I'm swinging as far as I can. Same thing coming back. When I'm coming back, once I hit this left foot, I'm swinging it right, so my toes then end up pointing right. So again, my toes are flipping left, right, and I'm going full ranges of motion, trying my best to keep the arc of my foot parallel with the wall. So I do 6 with my right leg, 6 with my left. You would do the same kind of thing then, forwards and backwards. So again, you'd set your foot up, go toe to heel, and for this one too, that you want your shoulders and hips to be perpendicular with the wall, but you still want the arc of your leg to be parallel with the wall. So this is important with the left foot, as when we were doing side swings laterally, we were turning our foot in and out. For this one, when we cross the planted foot and we're going forward, we're going to dorsiflex our foot, and then when we come back and we're swinging our leg backwards, we're going to then turn it into a plantar flex with the foot. So again, same thing, perpendicular, shoulders and hips, swinging up as wide as you can. I'm dorsiflexing, come back, plantar flexing. Again, you're swinging it up, and you should be grazing the ground with your toe When you come back, again, getting full ranges of motion, and again, trying to keep that arc the same, parallel with the wall. So those are the leg swings. Next, we would go into a lunge with an overhead reach. So for this, we'll go with the left leg. You can perform this one either stationary, or you can progressively move forward or backward with this one. So we're going to do a left leg first. Excuse me. You're going to start the athlete to take an exaggerated step forward. So they'd be planted, and then from there, you want them to keep their back nice and straight, torso nice and straight. You instruct them to drop their hips straight to the ground. You don't want the hips forward or back, you just want them straight down. So they drop their hips down. Once they're down, you want this trail knee to be an inch or two off the ground. Again, back and torso nice and straight. From here, you're going to raise, the athlete's going to raise their right hand straight overhead. Once they're here, they're going to laterally flex their hips to the left. They're going to reach as far as you can. You're going to push those hips forward, lean over. Once you get that good stretch, you're going to come back to the middle. And from here, if you're doing stationary, you can just push off this left leg and come back to this position that you started at. Or if you're moving, you would be here and you'd step forward and then repeat with the other leg. So that's that one. That one's important because, again, it helps open up the hips, and with that flexion, you're helping loosen up and stretch these obliques, which again is important for that trunk and hip rotation. The next one, we have two more. We have a lateral lunge. So this next one is important because it mimics like a lead off. If you're a baseball athlete or even defensive position, they're in this athletic position, they might have to move laterally to either steal, run the bases, or move to catch a ball. So for this one, you have the athlete start in athletic position. So feet about shoulder width apart, knees slightly bent. And from here, I'm going to be moving left. So my left leg will be the lead leg, right leg will be the trail leg. So from here, again, I'm moving left. I take a decent sized step with this left leg, and I'm going to lean into it, lean into my lead leg. And while I'm leaning in, the trail leg becomes straight. I keep the trail leg foot, the trail foot flat on the ground. And then I lean over so that my knee, my lead knee, is over my lead foot. And from here I push my butt back, get nice and low, feel the stretch for a second, and I bring this trail leg right back to the athletic position. And I would do that again going this way. Again, lead knee over the lead foot, foot flat on the ground, butt back, sit back nice and tall, or nice and deep. Then you bring this trail leg back up to athletic position. And you do that 6 down and 6 back. And like I said, that's a good one for outfielders, infielders, base runners, where you have to move laterally. Just opens up, works all those muscles. So the next one and the last one, we have a leg cradle. This is good because it loosens up the hip rotators. So for this one, again, this can be done either stationary or moving. We start in a squat. I'm going to be stretching my right hip flexors. So I'm going to get in a squat, I'm going to cradle my knee with my right hand, right knee with my right hand. I'm going to pick up and I'm going to grab my shin with my left hand. From here, I'm going to straighten my left knee, stand straight up. I'm going to pull on this shin, and ideally, you want the shin right here to be parallel with the shoulders, but obviously I'm not that flexible. So again, bend the knee, or bend the legs, cradle the knee, grab the shin, straighten that knee, stand straight up. Again, you're pulling with this left hand, trying to get the shin parallel with the shoulders. And again, my upper body is standing up nice and straight. So from here, again, I can step forward and alternate legs going down, or I can just stay stationary and alternate there. So those are the 6 dynamic warm-ups, stretches that I would have my baseball athlete do.